Hey guys, today I have this really fun tutorial to share with you. I called it my silver raspberry with a pop of mint on the lower lash line. I feel like this is a really great way to add different pops of colors that are a little bit outside of the neutral box but still really wearable the way we did it today. So if you want to see how I created this look, then keep watching. Of course, we're going to start by priming the eye area, and I'm using my MAC paint pot in Painterly, and I'm laying that down all over the entire lid area. I personally never skip priming the eyes because there's no point in laying down shadow if it's going to crease or fall off or not be as vibrant, so prime the eyes. Now I'm going in with Makeup Geek eyeshadow in Rapunzel. It's basically the color of my skin, maybe a little bit of gold in there, and I'm just laying that down over the entire area where I placed the paint pot just so the other colors will blend, and this one will act as a nice base. And then I'm going in with Makeup Geek Hipster, which is probably one of my favorite Makeup Geek eyeshadows. It's a neutral, coolish, mid-tone brownish taupe color, and I love it in the crease, and I just think it's so natural and so beautiful, and it's different from your general MAC soft brown type color because it is a little bit of that neutrally cool. So that's what we're doing. We're just throwing that in the crease back and forth to add a nice transition color. And I think that brush is a Morphe brush, the M505. I will list it below. And yeah, I really like it. So I'm just building up the color here. You can go as deep as you want it, but it's just going to be under there for when we go in with the more brighter, bolder colors. Now going in with Makeup Geek, which these are all Makeup Geek, so I don't need to say that, but Cupcake, which is just like a really beautiful dusty rose color. So I'm taking that on a more precise tapered blending brush and just laying that down over the hipster color. But this one's going to be a little bit more precise, a little bit just slightly above the natural crease. And that is a Sigma E45 brush, so it has a little nice point to it to help you get a thinner application of it. Love that Cupcake color. I just think it's so pretty and romantic. And then we want to go ahead and just blend everything because I'm all about the blending life. Now I'm going in with Makeup Geek. Sorry, it is Makeup Geek though. Eyeshadow in Bleached Blonde. You don't need to do this step. I was kind of just playing around with some colors and layering and seeing what I came up with. So this one, you can't really see it in the end result, but it is a really nice kind of a muted antique gold color to have in your collection. So just placing that on the lid area with my MAC 239. And then I'm going in with Rockstar, which is another one of my favorite Makeup Geek eyeshadows. And I'm going to place that over top of the Bleach Blonde because I really wanted more of a cool tone lid. I wanted more of a silver. And the Rockstar color there was a little bit sheer. I could have wetted my brush and made it more intense that way, but I just decided to go in, as I'll show you in just a second here, and go in with the foiled eyeshadow because those do not mess around. So I really wanted that silvery, cool toned lid. So I am going in with Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadow in High Wire, which is basically a silver with a hint of blue to it. So it's just so pretty. I'm really not a silver person. I really love my warm tones, but I mean, this color, you really can't go wrong. I think it's so beautiful. So I'm just taking that with my MAC 242 brush, which is probably my favorite brush that I've come to find for applying the Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadows. Let me know if you guys have a more affordable option of a brush that you love for the foiled eyeshadows, but that's my favorite. And as you can see, I am just building up thin layers to really pack on the intensity there. Okay, so now we're going in with this really fun color called Razzleberry. And you want to tap it off on your hand. You don't need hardly any product at all. So as you can see, I'm just taking that and working it on the outer part of the eye. And I don't even re-dip the brush in the pan for the other eye because you just don't need it. It's so pigmented, so be really careful. But I just thought this would be so fun in the crease. I know like a red color, reddish pink, is a little bit, for some people, intimidating because it can make you look like you're sick if you have like reddish around the eyes. But I really love this combination and love how it turned out. I am just taking that and working it on the outer part, laying it down and then bringing it in. And then as you can see, I'm just bringing down whatever product is left on the brush onto the eyelid. Now this part got cut out, but I just put some liquid eyeliner on, the Kat Von D Trooper liner, which is probably my favorite, and I really messed it up, so I'm going in with Makeup Geek Corrupt on a MAC. I think it's a 266 brush, and I'm just stamping over the liquid liner to kind of diffuse the look. I love this trick for when I do really sloppy either gel or liquid eyeliner, and I just want to fix it without having to like redo it. So I just stamp over it with a black shadow, and it just makes it look like you wanted to have a nice soft diffused look and not a super, bold liquid liner look. So that's what we're doing here. That MAC brush, and I'll list the exact one below, it is my favorite for doing this trick. And then curling up the lashes with the Tarte curler, which I love. And then I'm going to put on mascara, and I didn't show this to you because it's pretty boring, but I'm using my Holy Grail Chanel Le Volume de Chanel, and then there's mascara, and now the best part, removing the tape to reveal the crisp line. Okay, so now moving on to face. I just needed to moisturize a little bit and kind of wipe away any fallout, so I'm taking the MAC Strobe Liquid Lotion. I have a feeling that they discontinued that, but they do have the Strobe Cream, which is the thicker version, so yeah. And then I'm taking these two foundations mixed together. The L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte, I have it in shade 102 Shell Beige. It's a second to the lightest shade, but it's still too dark for me. So I always like to mix in my MAC Face and Body White Foundation. Such a great product to have if you do have fair skin, or if you just self-tan and you switch up your complexion changes from time to time. It's good to have a white foundation because you can mix it in with anything and really customize your shade. And I'm just kind of stippling that on, as you can see. And the MAC Face and Body does waterproof any other foundation that you're wearing, so I love that, but it does also sheer it out a little bit. And that combination of the MAC Face and Body with the L'Oreal is a really great combination for dry skin. I do have dry skin, and any foundation generally that has the word matte in it is kind of scary, but I really like the combination. And then that is the Real Technique stippling brush. So I'm just kind of taking some more of that, and then I decided that I needed a little bit more white to balance out, so it helped match my face to my neck, and there was no like makeup line. We don't want that. So I'm just adding a little bit more of the MAC Face and Body White and just buffing that in, as you can see. And then I'm going to go in with this Urban Decay Naked Weightless Concealer. And this was actually the first time that I used it, and I really like it, but I definitely will only do one eye at a time from now on because it kind of sets fast. And then I'm just putting it on the jawline as well because I just wanted to help brighten that up and make sure there was no makeup line, just kind of highlight underneath the jaw area there. And I'm taking that Real Techniques contour brush, which I really love for under eye concealer lately, and blending that in, of course. But yeah, I really like that concealer, and that is in the lightest shade. I believe it's Fair Neutral. I actually need to reorder or order a different color, a darker color, because I am currently self-tanned, and I'm going to try to commit to it, so I'm no longer fair. Okay. And now I'm taking the e.l.f. under eye setting powder with the Real Technique setting brush and just setting the under eye. And then I'm going in with the Infallible Pro Matte powder. That one is in the shade 100 Porcelain. And then my Delium Tools powder brush. And I'm just setting my face with that product. And then I'm going to go back in with Makeup Geek Hipster. I'm going to finish up the lower lash line. So I'm just going to smoke that on the lower lash line. I always do this for every look. I just think it helps to complete the look and just ties everything together. So the top matches the bottom. And then I'm taking whatever product was left on the brush that we use with the Razzleberry. I'm not adding any additional product, but I am just taking the remnants and blending and kind of smoking out the under eye. Now I'm taking Fantasy Foiled Eyeshadow by Makeup Geek. Oh, that color is so beautiful. It's that really icy mint color. And I'm just working that on the lower lash line and really building up the intensity. I probably would have chose a different brush to apply it. That brush is so tiny. It's a Wayne Goss brush. I'll have the exact number and, everything listed below. But it just took a lot of dipping and a lot of, dipping, I guess, to get it on there. So I would have done a bigger brush. And then I have the J-Cat Beauty Makeup of the Day Waterproof Eyeliner. I'm just hitting that in my lower waterline to really bring that icy mint color and tie the whole bottom minty situation together. And I really love those eyeliners. I think they're really great and long wear and really affordable. And then lower lash line, I'm using my mascara. Yes, it's the CoverGirl, the Super Sizer. And then bronzer. So this one was limited edition, but the actual bronzer, the packaging was limited edition, but the actual bronzer is permanent. And it is just the bronzing powder in the color Refined Golden, which you're not going to like unless you have really warm undertones because it can look a little bit orangey. So just be aware. But I am using my new favorite bronzer brush, the Delium Tools 992 bronzer, just bronzing up the face and really working it into the hairline as I always do, because you don't want, especially when you're fair, you don't want that a little white line between your hair and where you bronzed. So now I'm taking two Makeup Geek eyeshadows, White Lies mixed with Ice Queen, and I'm going to highlight the brow bone in the inner corner of the eye with these two colors. I just love these colors mixed together. I mix them together because it's going to be the perfect amount of sheen. It's not flat, matte, and it's not too shimmery. And then I have this Urban Decay Afterglow blush, I believe, and mine is in the color, I think it's in the color Fetish. I'll have it listed below, but it's just the most neutral mauve color, and I thought it was so pretty. That was actually the first time that I'm using that blush, and I really love it. It was so smooth and blendable, and that's the MAC 116 brush. And then I'm taking my Too Faced Candlelight and as a highlight, and I'm just mixing both the pink and the yellow gold shades together, and I'm just going to highlight with that, of course. That is such a beautiful highlight. I really do love it. And I always just mix them together. I don't use the colors individually. I don't know if that makes a difference to you guys, but okay, now we're having a legit lip combination today. So I always layer my lips. You guys don't have to, but I'm just showing you what I did. This is MAC Pro Longwear Lip Liner in Staunchly Stylish. These lip liners are amazing. They're so long wear and so creamy. And then I wanted it to be a little bit more pink, so I'm taking MAC Regular Lip Liner in Edge to Edge and just going over that and filling in the rest of my lips to give it that pink, more of a pink vibe. And then I'm taking Marc Jacobs lipstick in Georgie, is it Georgie Girl or Georgie Boy? I think it's Georgie Girl. It's like the best everyday pink color. It's so good. The formula is amazing, and I just can't recommend those Lamarck lip creams enough. And then I decided I wanted just a little bit something extra. So I take my Legendary lipstick by Smashbox in the color Pout, and I'm just popping that on the center of the lips just to add a little bit more dimension. But feel free to just wear one lip product. You don't have to stack it up like I did. But you guys, that actually finishes the look. I am so excited about how it turned out. I really love it. And I actually have a really fun, for me, a super colorful look coming up your way. So make sure you subscribe if you're not so you can see that. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.